I will try. I'll give you options. All right, come on up to standing and let's do a little standing warm up. I feel like that helps get the blood pumping a little bit. So we're gonna find our Pilates V. Our first position, heels are together, toes are apart, yeah? Hands on hips. We're just gonna roll those shoulders back. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. We're gonna add a little bend. Inhale through the nose, exhale to stretch. Inhale to bend, exhale to stretch. Drive those heels down into the floor, knees tracking over toes. And when you stretch the knees, really pull up through the glutes and the thighs, quads, and the belly button as well. Stays pulled up and in, yeah? So just warm up those ankles a little bit. Yeah, a little crease in those knees and ankles. Anchoring those heels down, and let's add the arms. So when we plie, we bend over slightly, pick up something off the floor, lift it up to the ceiling. Scoop, bend, and lift. So just getting that nice stretch of the body, of the spine, up to the ceiling. Good. Keep that breath going. Eyes can come up a little bit to lift your belly and lift and stretch that spine. We're going to do 10 more with a little rise of those heels at the top. See if you can find that balance. Strong ankles. Warm up those ankles, calves, legs. Find that balance at the top by pulling in that core nice and strong. 2 more. And last one. Step it out wide. Second position. Plie, big deep plie, and then lift those arms all the way up as you stretch those knees. Big wide stance. Yeah, we can be really far apart. Lift. Good. Feel like you want to touch those fingers, skim the floor with those fingers. Maybe they just barely scrape your mat there. 2 more. And we'll add 10 more with those little heel lifts at the top. Ready? And drop those heels, lift the heels. Drop and lift. Awesome. Good. Little balance at the top. Find that core. Wake him up. And 4 more. Good. And 3. And big drop, big lift. Get those arms warmed up. Last one. And shake it out. Hands come to hips, back to your first position. Finding our balance a little bit, you're gonna take one foot out to the front, little lift and tap. Little lift, just finding that balance. Hands to hips to help remind you to pull that waist in. Keep that breath going. Try not to put any weight on that toe. It's just barely tapping that floor. We'll do 10 to the side. Ready? Lift. Keep the weight on that standing leg. Don't let the weight transfer over. And keep pulling up out of that standing glute and hip. And we'll do 10 to the back. Ready? Pull that belly button up and in. Find that balance. Tap and lift. If you need a little bit more of a balance, like a tightrope walker, you can extend those arms. Give your arms a little workout as well. Just holding them up. And good, we're gonna go all the way to the front, all the way to the back, all the way to the front. Kind of like that rainbow that we do sometimes in our plank. Taking it around, front to back. Just like nothing's going on from that waist up. Nice and sturdy. 2 more. Last one. And other side. Ready? Toes taps. Lift through the belly button, all the way up into the spine. Keep that breath going. We're turned out, yep. Toes are slightly out. And to the side for 10. Really try not to lean away from that working leg. Yeah, stand up nice and tall. Squeezing the glutes for dear life. 3 more. No weight on that toe, and to the back. Here we go. Tap and lift. So avoid leaning forward. I want you to still keep scooping the belly and lifting the chest. Eyes are lifted. 5 more. 3, and all the way around to the front, to the back. Take out that momentum, yeah? So like you're underwater doing those water aerobics. Swish and press to the back. Good. And resist and resist and fall over and resist. And 2 and 1. And balance is hard and back to the center. Shake it out. So we're going to reach all the way up, dive over, find a little roll down. Come all the way down to your mat. Stretch those legs out long. We're just going to do a little rolling wave. So you're going to flex those feet, reach those arms up to the ceiling. Reach out toward your toes, roll through that spine, and the arms come back up. The wave goes over, it draws back and stretches up to the ceiling. Someone's pulling your hands out and down and rolling that spine back up. Try to keep your legs straight and your feet flexed to get that extra little stretch for the legs, for the backs of those legs. And 2 more, reach out, roll through. Flex those heels off the floor, reach. Roll it up. And good. Open those feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. We're going to saw, add a little twist for the spine. So we're going to twist all the way to one side. Reach those pinkies past those pinky toes. Look toward the back to twist the spine. And come all the way up high in those sits bones. Twist to the other side. And reach and saw. And come up slowly. Keep those arms parallel, skimming the floor. Parallel to that floor. Reach and twist. All the way up. Sawing your pinky toes off with your pinky fingers. Looking behind you to make sure you're really twisting that spine. That nice twist of the back arm reaching behind you. Eyes back behind you. And 1 more round. Your arms should be feeling tired, yeah? From lifting those arms up, parallel to the floor. Twist and reach. And all the way up. Shake it out. Rolling down onto our back. All the way down. Keep those knees bent. And reach those arms overhead. So we're going to roll up. If you'd like to grab onto the backs of those legs to help you up, feel free to grab on. Come all the way up to seated. And then round back. See curve in the spine to roll back. Through that spine. Hitting imprint first. And then completing the rest of the roll down. Exhale. Chin to chest, and then lift the chin away from the chest to roll down again, chin toward the chest. Hollow out the belly. 3 more, just like that. Grabbing on if you need a little help. Backs of the legs can help you up. And then the same thing, they can help you down if you need to smooth out that roll down. Just use your own body to help you. Exhale. And roll it down really slow. We're going to come up 1 more time and then stay up in our seated position. High on our sits bones. Roll up really high. And we're going to do a little short box variation, except we're on the mat. Yeah, so nothing to hook our toes into. So we're going to roll halfway back and then return all the way back up. Halfway down. And then change your mind, back up. So just like if you're on the reformer on the short box, you had all the springs on and you had your feet looped into that little safety strap. Yeah, but no safety strap today. It's all you, all your core. 2 more. Again, using the backs of the legs if you'd like as your safety strap. You can hold on. Last one. We're going to insert an arm lift, rolling halfway back. Lift the arms. Lower the arms and come back up. So arms to the ears is your little insert. Halfway down, arms lift, arms return and sit up tall. Halfway down, arms lift by the ears. And 2 more. Breathing. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. And keep breathing. Lift and lower and up. Hands behind the head around the world. So we twist, we roll back, twist to the other side to roll up. Yeah? Roll back, twist to the other side before returning to seated. So it's a roll back, roll through the center to the other side and return. Other side. Just making your way side to side. Good, all the way back before you turn to the other side. Around the world. One more round. And lift around the world. And lift back to center and roll it down to the floor. We're going to go to our hundreds, yeah? So hands down by our sides, legs to tabletop. Maybe they stay there, maybe they stretch, or maybe they lower. And we pump. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeping your head down or eyes to thighs. Inhale, 2, 3, 5. 62, 3, 4, 5. 72, 3, 4, 5. 82, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. And exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And knees in. Rest the head. We'll find a little stretch to catch our breath. Pull that right knee into your chest. Extend that left leg down. And we'll bring out our spine. Take the leg across the body. Reach the right arm out. Head turns to the right. Pull that belly in and twist. Two more breaths. And roll back onto your back. Give that knee a squeeze. Release those hips. And switch sides. Left leg, hug it in. Release all that tension in the neck and hips. And we'll take it across. Bring out the spine. Left arm extends. Big exhales here. Really making sure we're not holding our breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale it out. And rolling back onto our back. And returning both legs down. Reach those arms up. Exhale, full roll up. Stretch those legs and toes all the way up. Reach past those legs. You're going to reach up to the ceiling before you roll down. To get that nice reach out for the spine, and then big, slow roll down. Through that little insert of reaching up to the ceiling, after we stretch forward, roll up, stretch forward, reach it out to the ceiling, and then start your roll down. So again, if you need to, just grab the backs of those legs, bending those knees just like we did before, help yourself up. Reach up to the ceiling first, and then roll it down. Low back hits first. We've got two more. Reach past those toes, reach to the ceiling, and then roll it down. And all the way up. Reaching long. Reaching up and rolling. All right, bend those knees. Bring those hands down by your sides. We're going to tuck those hips under, finding imprint, and release the hips back to neutral. Find imprint and rock back. Rock forward, rock back. Two more, and then all the way up into our bridge. Imprint all the way up. Peel that spine off the mat. Nice high bridge. Take an inhale at the top and an exhale down. Roll through that spine. Massage that spine down. And again, imprint, rock. To lift all the way up. Squeeze those glutes. We're going to take the hands away in a minute, so it'll be a lot more on those glutes and hamstrings. But for now, press those arms and hands into the floor. Give yourself that extra little boost and roll it down. And tuck, imprint, lift all the way up. And we're going to hold. Reach those arms up to the ceiling. Palms face each other. You're going to do a big, wide T shape and then bring those arms back together. Open up wide. and bring them back. Inhale, open. So we're holding that pelvis nice and high, holding those hips high. Just moving the arms, see if we can hold everything else still. Find that stability. And 2 more. Last one, right arm goes up, left arm goes down, and then they meet back in the middle. So they have that long diagonal reach and meet back. And reach and return. And open and exhale, close. Open those arms apart. Bring them back to shoulder height. Open and close. Pull that belly in and roll down nice and slow. Bring those hands down by your side. Reach that right leg up to the ceiling. You're going to bring the bottom of the right foot to the ceiling as you bridge. So we tuck into imprint. Find that single leg bridge and roll it down. 4 more, just like that. Right leg lifting, reaching up to the ceiling with that right heel. Roll it back down. 3 more. Lift, roll it down. And 2. Rolling it back down. Last one. All the way up. And lower, lower, lower. Nice and slow. Switch sides. Let's do 5 on the left. Stamping on the ceiling. Here we go. Left foot all the way up to that ceiling. Roll it back down nice and slow. Try to control the descent and make it really nice and smooth on the way down. And all the way down. We've only got 2 more. All the way up. Roll it down. And all the way up. And last one. And lower those legs. We have tabletop with those legs. Hands come behind the head. And we find our chin to chest, eyes to thighs position as we drop both toes down toward the mat. Exhale, lift those legs back up. Drop the toes. Exhale, lift. So if you're going so far that your low back comes off the floor, just shorten your toe drops a little bit, not quite so low, not quite so far. 2 more. And last one. And we're going to move into our crisscross. So we twist from here, extend one leg, twist to that knee. That's coming in, twist toward it. Extending that other leg as low as you'd like to go. Maybe you want to just skim that mat. Maybe you're extending that leg a little bit higher. Up to you, how low you go. And twist. Make sure you're pulling that belly in to twist. Just like we did in our little stretch earlier. To pull the belly in to twist the spine, same thing here. Those abs are coming, drawing in, scooping in every time. 1 more round. And hug those knees and rest. Take a breath. And legs up to the ceiling. We have our little bicycle motion, so let's get the legs first. So we drop one leg, bend it in, stretch it up. Drop the other leg, like you're pedaling a bicycle, really slow, really exaggerated. Get those bicycle legs going. And 2 more this way. Keep that imprint, that low back is supporting you. Supporting the abs, supporting that spine, and reverse it. So you have to lift. Bend it in, lift, bend it in to ride backwards. Making sure you're really going like you're doing water aerobics, really resisting the air. We don't have any straps to strap into, it's just us. Much harder to create that resistance. And last one. So we're gonna do a little 5 pedals forward, 5 pedals backwards to finish our bicycle set with chin to chest if you'd like, or maybe bringing your hands down to your hundreds position. A little more challenging, and start your pedal. Pedaling that bike. Eyes to thighs, watching where you're going. And 2, and 1, and reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2 more pedals, last one, And rest. Rest those knees, bend those knees. Bringing those hands again behind the head. Little eyes to thighs. We're going to extend both legs up to the ceiling now at the same time. Rounding those knees in, stretching them up, lowering them down, kind of like that wave that we did with the upper body. Now we're doing it with the legs. Lower, bend them in, stretch them up. Lower down, 2 more, and lift. Lower, bend them in, float them up. Last one. And lift. Bend those knees in. Take a full body stretch, and then we'll roll over onto our side. So go ahead and roll onto that side right where you are. Find that nice sideline position. And we're going to bring those heels together and lift and lower those legs. So all we're going to do is a little lift, a little lower. So we really hit up the front of the core here. Now we're going to work on those sides, those waistlines, those obliques. We got to make sure we hit all sides, 360 degrees around those waists. Lift and lower, glue those heels together. Yeah, making sure they're not coming apart there to lift and lower. You feel this in your inner thighs and waistlines, obliques. And then we're going to lift the top foot about 1 inch from the bottom and squeeze. The bottom leg comes up to the top, just a few inches. Doesn't have to be a big lift. You're just drawing that bottom leg to the top leg. Rather than bringing the top leg down, you want to bring the bottom leg up. Yeah? Good. Squeeze. Good. That waistline should just be narrowing. Bottom half of that waist as well. Toward the mat is lifted. Squeeze, squeeze, and squeeze. Good. Drop that bottom leg and circle the top leg. Just do some slow, again, like you're moving underwater. Just really nice, smooth circles. And good. 2 more. Focusing on behind you as well. Last one. And reverse. So that leg straight on the floor is not a very stable surface. You really have to use your core, your powerhouse, to balance on your side. Versus if we do it with a bent knee, gives you a little bit more stability. We don't have that today. So we're just going to bring those heels back together. Lift that top leg straight to the ceiling and then squeeze those heels back together to lower. Lift it straight up, lower it straight down. So you're really trying to think about that top hip staying forward, stacked over the bottom hip, and not rolling backwards in order to get that leg up. So if you need a hand there, make sure it's staying where it's supposed to be. Feel free. And then every time that leg lowers, that waistline comes in. Yeah? 2 more. Last one. Good. And then lifting that top leg, we're going to swing it forward and swing it back. Straight. So we're keeping it all straight today. Straight to the front, straight to the back. Good. 3 more. You'll go farther forward than you will to the back. Last one. And good. You're going to bend those knees in, swing your body around to the other side. Lie all the way down. And we'll start our little heel squeezes, heel lifts to the ceiling. So straight up, straight down. Making sure you're stacked vertically. That waistline's pulled in. You should be able to slide a little piece of paper under that waist. Good. Little heel lift. So try not to rock that hip backwards to get the legs up. We've got 5 more. And 3. Now we're going to bring our bottom leg to the top leg. Yeah, so lift that top leg a few inches, squeeze, lift, meet the top leg. Bottom leg comes up, top leg stays where it is. Small but effective if you're doing it in your correct placement, without kind of wiggling all around, without shortening that spine, making sure it's really long neutral spine. And we have our circles with that top leg. Bottom leg stays straight to create that little sense of instability there. You sometimes do that with that bottom leg bent to create more of a base, but we're doing it straight today on reverse. Good. Moving through that resistance as if you were put in strap, right? As if you had maybe that resistance for you. You have to create it yourself. And straight up, straight down. Here we go. Straight up, straight down. Just draw that straight little plane, that straight, like you're in between two glass walls. Yep, nothing forward, nothing back. Don't want to break the glass. And good, 5. 4 more. Making sure you're doing those water aerobics again, resisting down. And last one. And then we swing forward and back. So we lift slightly, swing it forward, place it back. Taking that hand to the hip or behind the head if you want more of a challenge. The second you take that hand away, it gets tougher. Good. And 2. And 1. And rest. Roll onto your back. Hug those knees into your chest. Round yourself up. And we'll do a little hip stretch after that. So bring those bottoms of the feet together. Press those legs down toward the mat gently as you roll down. Whew, ouchie. I think I'm sore from yesterday. Opening up those hips gently. If you'd like to walk your hands forward a little bit, that feels good to increase that hip stretch a little bit. You could also do this crossing the legs. Yeah, if this is a little too much, you could cross the legs. Take a little bit of the pressure off those hips. Just whatever's most comfortable for you. Just want to stretch the outside of those hips, those glutes. Walking forward. And then walking slowly back. Come on over to all fours. Knees down, hands down. We're going to go into some little push-ups here. So knees down push-ups. So I just want you to pitch those hips forward. You can cross those legs behind you. Bring your elbows into your side. Lower yourself down to the mat. And then exhale, push all the way back up. Yeah, dropping all the way down. And all the way back up. 3 more, just like that. Nice and slow. Triceps working. Core has to stay engaged so we don't arch the back. Eyes looking out beyond the front of your mat. Last one. We're going to add a little insert. We're going to drop down to the forearms, and walk back up to hands. And then do our push-up. Down and up. So we have forearms, hands, push-up, down, and back up. 3 more. Forearms, hands, push-up, forearms, hands, and push-up. Last round. Here we go. Forearms, and up to hands, and full push-up, and return back to all fours. We're going to extend that right leg behind us and go for a little lift for the glutes. So we're just going to lift that whole leg up to the ceiling and then back down. Up and return. So it's not tapping the floor. It's not going past parallel to the floor. You're just thinking more up. And then you're trying to pull that belly into the spine without arching the back. No arching that back. And then if you'd like more of a challenge, extend that left arm as you continue, lifting and lowering that right leg. We've got 5, and 3, and 1, and we'll do the other side. So we'll do 10 without the arm, 10 with the lift of the arm, or just continuing both arms down. Finding that placement for the spine. The core is strong. Spine is in neutral, but not arched. I want you to think about dipping into that low back. And we'll do 10 more. Extending that right arm. And 8. Stretch those toes behind you. Reach those fingers long. 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Send that right leg behind you again. We're just going to bring that knee into the chest. Bring that knee in. Extend it back out. Bend it in, round the spine, and return. Think of getting your knee into your chin. Bring it all the way in, and extend. All the way in. Again, we're really trying to take out that momentum, yeah? So no kicks, no swings. You're just placing it with control. 2 more. And last one before we switch sides. Let's go for 10 on the left. Here we go. Bring that knee into the chin. Extend it long behind you. Make sure you get that full extension, that full range of motion as you extend that leg back. Bend it in. Stretch it back. 5 more. Keep breathing. Good. Nice and slow. And 3. 2 more. Last one. And lower back down to your knees. Stretch back to your child's pose. Lengthen out those fingers. Reach those arms long. 2 more breaths. And deep breath. Come on down onto your belly, all the way down. Squeeze those heels together. Plant your forehead on your hands. Keep those legs and feet anchored down. And you're just going to hover those hands and return. Hover, lift, and back down. So just a little upper back target here. Lift and lower. If you feel like you're not quite strong enough to stay out of your low back, then just keep your hands down and press the chest and then return. A little lift to that chest and return. But I really want you to try to use your upper back here. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And now lift those feet. Click those heels together. Click, click. Scoop the belly. Like magnets, those heels just keep coming back together. And good. 10 more. Scooping that belly button up off the mat to protect that low back. Nothing sinking into the low back here. And again, feet down, toes down, legs down. Hover that chest and lower. And 9. Breathing 8. Here we go. Keep lifting. 6. And 5. Small but really effective for the back. 2. And 1. Rest the head, click the heels. 9. 7. 5. Squeezing all the way to those glutes. 10 more. And 10. See if you can pick your belly button up off the mat as you squeeze those heels. 5, 3, 1, and rest. So we're going to reach back for that right foot. Stretch out the quads. Stretch out the front of those legs. So keep your hip bones down and then lift your belly button up. Keep your knees together. So the knees are going to naturally want to kind of come apart. You want to squeeze those inner thighs together. Breathe. Very active stretch, still engaging the core. 2 more breaths. Each exhale is a core exercise, pulling those abs in. And let's do the other side. Grabbing on that left hand to left foot, squeezing those knees and upper legs together. And then really trying to press your hip bones down into the mat. So feel like they're really, really anchored down. My favorite way to do this quad stretch. One more breath. Protecting that low back by pulling the belly in. And release. Good. Push on all the way up, back up to all fours. And we're going to work up to our plank. We're just going to take baby steps. We're going to extend the right leg back and return. Extend the left leg back and return. Just getting those legs practicing, getting them ready to stretch back. One at a time. Firing up that core. Walking those legs straight, bend it in. Straight, bend it in. Here we go. Right leg out, left leg out, hold. Find that plank. When you walk your feet in, your knees are going to stay off the floor this time. In. Walk it out, little baby steps, in. Hovering those knees now the whole time. In. Walk it out, walk it in. We've got 5 more, out. In. Try to keep those hips down, out. In. 3 more. Neck in line with spine. 2. Last one. Out, in. You can bring your knees down for a breath. This time we're going to walk out to the sides and back in. Instead of behind us, we're going to walk out, in to the sides. So we're going to take our right leg out, then our left leg out to the sides, and then bring them back in. Yep, out to the side, in. Out, in. Open, close. 4 more. Open, close. 3, and 2. Last one. Out. In. Knees come down. Finding our side plank. Yeah? We're going to extend that leg behind us. Open up to that knee. Find that side stacked position on hand and knee. Good. Keep that leg lifted as you return back to all fours. And then bring it down. Other leg, extend it back. Rotate to the side. And come on back down. Facing your mat. And we'll add on, okay? So extending that leg. Finding that side plank. Taking that top arm behind the head. You're going to swing the leg forward. Swing it back. Keeping that leg parallel to the floor. This is your kneeling side leg kick. Forward and back. Forward and back. 2 more. Return. Extend that arm. Face the mat. Other side. Here we go. Extend that leg. Rotate to the side. Hand comes behind the head. Take it forward. Stretch it back. Take it front and back. 3, 2, 1, and return back to all fours. Stretch it back to your child's pose. Take a little rest. Great job. We're going to take a nice little stretch next. So come on down to your mat, into your mermaid legs. Sweep those legs over to one side. Pressing off of that hand away and over toward those legs. Take that big side stretch. Sink into it, pulling that belly in, spine as you reach. Feel like someone's pulling on that top arm, really pulling you over. And then big reach away. And then again, toward those toes. Big stretch over. This is 2 out of 3, so increasing your stretch a little bit more. Getting ready for our third. Reach up and over. And return for your third time. All the way over. Stretch. Big side bends. Catch your breath. And back to the center. Try to see if you can switch your legs to the other side without putting your hands down. Use your core. Legs around. Good. How'd that go? Up and over. All those little transitions can be exercises. Trying not to waste anything at all. And away. Start small. This one will get a little bit bigger. Forward those legs. A little bit deeper. We'll hang out a few breaths. Try not to let the belly go soft here. Really pull it in. Even as you stretch and away. Biggest, all the way over. So we did our planks, we did our push-ups. We've got to do the reverse of those. We've got to do reverse planks, reverse push-ups. Yay! Here we go. On to all fours, but facing toward the ceiling. Yeah, so hands and feet. Hands face, fingertips face you. We're going to push up into a little reverse plank table. Tabletop. Keeping those knees bent for now. Just to start. Squeeze those glutes, looking up toward the ceiling. And then coming back down. 3 more just to get the feel of it. All the way up. Reverse lift. And round it down. Pull the belly in to gently lower those hips. 1 more. And all the way down. We're going to add a little tricep press, a little tricep push-up as we come up. So lift up into that table. Bend the elbows. Press yourself back up. Bend those elbows. Lift up. 3 more. Get to that table every time. 2. Last 1. And round it down. So we're going to walk those feet out and in like we did in our plank. So come all the way up to that table. Walk the feet out, out, and in, in. Away from you, out, out, in. 3 more rounds. Out, out. Makes you appreciate regular planks, right? Out, out, in, out, out, in, and lower nice and slow. We walk those feet out away from us and in. Let's give it a try. All the way up. Last round. Extend those legs. And we take one leg out, other leg out. Bring them back in. Bring them back in. Out, out. Lift in, lift in. Walk it out. Apart and together. And apart and together. And round it back down. Good job. Stretch those arms. Round over those legs. And all the way back down to the mat. Roll it back down. All right, we're good on time for teasers. Yay. Reach those arms overhead. So we're going to just start by snow angel arms. Lowering those arms, scooping them up toward the ceiling as we lift the body up into that balance point. And roll back down, sending the arms the same way they came. Little snow angel back up above the head. Scoop those arms down. Round your back to stretch it up. Roll it back down. Same arms the way you came. So again, if you need to use the backs of those legs like we did in the beginning to help you up, and then maybe release the hands, and then maybe help you back down. So you want to get up to that point where you're almost on your balance. You're almost all the way up, but you're not. You're back a little bit and around. That's why it's called teaser. Because you're teasing yourself. You're not getting all the way up to that comfy seated position. You're still on that angle backwards. So it's really challenging to not get all the way up. Yeah? Legs. Right leg up. So we're going to do a little single leg. So that right leg is extended. That left leg is still on the floor. We're finding that modified teaser with one leg still down. Rounding it back down. So that right leg stays extended. As we come up, a little single leg teaser. 3 more. Round it up. Lift. Arms parallel to the legs. And 2. Roll it down. 1 more on the right, and then we have left. Roll it down. And switch legs. Extend that left leg. Teaser up. And round it down, down, down. And all the way up. You can do it. So that breath will help you. Yeah, let's do a big exhale to come up. Big exhale to come down. 2 more. Exhale down. Last one, yeah. All the way down nice and slow. And return those feet to the floor. Both legs up this time for our final 5. Let's push through it. Both legs extend. Knees are up. And roll it back down. Nice and slow and controlled. You're still just floating underwater. There's no momentum. There's no gravity. 3 more. And 2. Let's go. Almost there. Let's do our last one. Nice slow roll down, slow, 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 slow. And hug those knees in. Oh, catch your breath. We're gonna stretch that right leg up to the ceiling, left leg lowers all the way down onto the mat if you'd like to find your splits. And just start stretching that hamstring. Now that you're warm, you can get really deep into that stretch. And then again, keeping your left leg bent if you need help getting the right leg straight. So if the right leg's not quite getting straight, keep that left leg bent for now. But if you feel like you're ready to go for those flips, extend that leg. Circle the ankle around, making sure there's no tension. The neck, the ankle, the hips. And then exhale those toes to nose. And one more breath. And let that leg float down so that when it comes next to the left leg, it's much longer. Hug that left knee in now and stretch that left leg up to the ceiling. Doing the same thing you did on the other side. So if your leg was bent, your bottom leg was bent, go ahead and bend it. If it was straight, go ahead and stretch it. So you're evenly stretching on both sides. Making sure. Pulling that belly in, still pulling that waist in, because every breath, every exhale is that waist narrowing. Even when you're stretching, even when you're just hanging out. Seemingly resting and stretching, you're still doing those ab exercises. Deepen the stretch on the exhale. One more breath. And then letting that leg float all the way down. Bend both knees back into your chest. Roll yourself up. Come to the edge of your mat to a little squat. You want to tuck your toes, and we're going to be able to come to that forward fold, so at the edge of your mat. Stretching over, forward, shaking out that head. We're going to walk our hands out to our plank and lift, pike the hips to walk back. So just a little, going for a walk here, walking out to that plank. Nice and gentle, but still core. Lifting those hips to walk back. So this is kind of like our pike to plank with a walk. Walking it out. Just like a marionette, drawing those hips straight up with that string. All the way back up. And walking it out. Last one. And walking it back. This time we're going to roll all the way up and come to a rise. So bend those knees, stack the spine, roll it up, reach those arms to the ceiling. Keep going up, rising up onto those toes. Now just feel like you're hanging from the ceiling. Your kneecaps are pulled up. Your ankles are really strong. Core is lifted. Spine is super straight and long now after all that hard work. Now just lowering the arms and the heels, but keeping that spine nice and lifted. Give yourselves a hand. You are done. Yay! Great job, guys. Whew.
Thank you. That was great.
Hope you got a little sweaty.
Thanks, Chelsea. That was really great.
Oh, good. Thank you for coming. That was fun.
You.
Yeah.
Really good class. It was tough.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Good. That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
Whew. Get a little heat going.
Yeah. Well, have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too. Yeah, hopefully it'll warm up for us.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really nice tomorrow and
Okay,
Sunday, I think.
good. So get
60.
everything inside done today and then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys did awesome.
yeah, I know. I didn't,
Yeah. Whew.
I kept peeking over and it was like, no problem.
Well, glad you think that.
Yeah, it looked good.
I
That
hit
was
it well.
fun. Yeah, no, you did awesome. Hey, just get you, I just want you to get warm at least is always